Hey guys, this is the Fearless Hubcat from Tumblr, and welcome back to another edition of Movie Night. So I haven't done an episode of Movie Night in a long time, so I figured, if I'm going to bring this series back, I'm going to do something special. And this is a video that I've been wanting to do for literally years. And, I just figured, it's the new year, I'm bringing the series back. Like I said, I'm going to do something special. And for those of you guys who don't know me, I am a huge fan of the Tron series. Pretty much since about 2002, I've just loved the series. I was introduced to it through watching the original film on TV on the Disney Channel. And then in 2005, I played Kingdom Hearts 2, and then eventually 2010, I went and saw Tron Legacy. And then, since then, I've just became, like I said, this huge Tron fan. And this is going to be a video of my Tron collection. So starting off are 3 items that I picked up right around the time that I started collecting for Tron. These were all purchased for about 50 cents to $1 because these were purchased at a Blockbuster Video that was closing down, which coincidentally enough ended up actually being the same building that I worked in for my first job when I worked at the Halloween store. First up is this keychain with the classic Tron design on there. And what's kind of cool is they have this little mini one on here that's actually just this tiny little light cycle. It might be a little bit hard to see here, but there's that. And then to contrast that, here's the big light cycle, and then, like I said, to contrast that is this, excuse me here, but this tiny little Tron logo. So I thought that was pretty cool. And I think this one might have been $1 or maybe it was 50 cents. But this is a Tron Legacy lanyard. So I thought that was pretty cool. I don't necessarily use, lanyards, but like I said, they were literally closing down and just selling a ton of Tron stuff. So I thought that was pretty cool. Now these are some recent pickups, and admittedly I don't actually own an Intellivision, but I saw these games for literally $5 each at the local half-price books just down the road, and I was just amazed. I mean, these are games that came out in 1982, 1983. The first one is not sealed, but this is Tron Solar Sailor. This is for, like I said, the Intellivision, and it supports the IntelliVoice, which is the voice synthesis module or cartridge that came with the system. I think you could buy it separately. And what's really cool is since this one is actually open, you can actually see the original, overlays. It's got the manuals. It's even got this little product guide for Intellivision on there. Then you've got the cartridge itself, which I've never actually seen an Intellivision cartridge before, so that's pretty cool. If I ever own one day, I'll definitely play this. I think I'll probably keep the other one sealed just because, how cool is that, right? These are games, like I said, from around the time that the film was released. And these other 2 are Tron Deadly Discs and Tron Mesotron. So very, very cool. I was absolutely lucky to see this for $5 each. And some other recent pickups, these were figures that were released not too long ago. And I was watching a video online by this guy I like called Ashens. And he does these series of, Loot Crate unboxings. And in the Loot Crate, there was a science fiction sort of pop vinyl Funko figure, these, mini blind bags. And in them, when he was showing off all the characters you could get, they had some Tron characters. So this one I actually ordered online, and, supposedly it's one of the rare ones, but, it goes for about $10 to $15 online. This is the glow-in-the-dark Tron figure, and this is based off of course, the original classic film, so I thought that was really cool. And actually, just yesterday, I happened to go into Walmart next door, and I was like, they have 1 box left. I'll give it a shot. I'm probably not going to get the original Tron figure. You'll never guess it. I got the original Tron figure. I am extremely lucky, like I said, with this. That's so cool. So I was able to end up getting both of the figures that I was after. So cool. I'm very appreciative of that. Now, these next, actually 4 items go together. When the Tron, let's see here. I guess 4, 5 if you count the fact that 2 of them sort of came together. But, when the film came out, they had figures and stuff like that in stores. They sold extremely poorly, because the movie sold extremely poorly. And, like I said, these 2 actually go together. This is a huge Recognizer playset, which was actually something I picked up at Salvation Army, and it came with this little light cycle here. These together I think were literally like $5, and the whole point of this design is that you're supposed to sort of open up the flaps and put little light cycles in there. Like I said, I only ended up just picking up the one that actually came with the unit, but I still thought that was actually pretty cool. I just, I saw it there, I'm like, wow, they have like tons of these. And actually at the same place, I was able to pick this up. I think they called these like Tron Legacy battle scenes, and this is one where it's got Korra in there. I thought that was actually pretty cool. Just this little fight scene going on there. Really cool. I think sort of the idea of this is you could actually connect these and do like a huge battle scene, but I ended up just picking up one. And like I mentioned, I didn't really pick up a whole lot of stuff that was really sold like in stores, but I was able to pick up this Deluxe Figure, and it's got, the sort of the lightsaber style weapon. It's got the identity disc on the back. And unfortunately, due to copyright reasons, I can't actually, hit play and have them talk, but they've got this little animation that goes on up here. And this one is based off of, Kevin Flynn, so pretty cool. Let's see, what should I go over next? Well, this is another one that was sold in stores. Now, this one was actually designed to, open up, and then you'd have these little minifigures that went in here. I think I actually saw one. I don't know why I didn't end up picking it up, but let's see here. It's been a while, but yeah, this is the one that glows. I think that's really cool. This is the more modernized light cycle that you'd see in Tron Legacy. Let's see what to go over next. I think I'll go with the video games next. Now this is Kingdom Hearts 2. This is where I think a lot of people were introduced to Tron. Love this game, and if you're going to be talking about Kingdom Hearts, you have to mention that this was recently remade in Kingdom Hearts 2.5 HD Remix. This is the limited edition that comes with the keychain on the back. Very cool. Now this next game I'm not admittedly a huge fan of, but it does feature a Tron Legacy level. This is the limited edition of Kingdom Hearts 3D Dream Drop Distance. This was the one that came with the AR cards. There was also the Mark of Mastery edition, but at the time I didn't really have a lot of money. It was like $100, so. But some people might know this, but actually there was sort of a companion graphic novel that was the prequel to Tron Legacy, and this is Tron Betrayal. There's that. Oh, that's pretty cool. Now, actually, Tron Betrayal, this is basically the Tron Betrayal 1 and 2 comic books combined into one, graphic novel. It'd be kind of cool to own those at some point, but, if it's basically just these, or, this with the two in there, I don't necessarily need to own it, but, it'd be cool if I happen to just run into it. Now, this was actually sort of a companion to a game called Tron 2.0. Now, the reason I don't really own Tron 2.0 is I don't think that my laptop would be able to probably run Tron 2.0. It's just like, such an old software that I don't know if it's necessarily compatible with there. I also don't own an original Xbox, and I haven't been able to really find the Game Boy Advance version, but this is Tron. I think this was subtitled like Ghost in the Machine. This is the first one. And a friend of mine's dad, who was a comic book collector, knows that I'm a huge Tron fan, so he actually gave this to me for my birthday one year. Awesome. Really, really cool. And this is another recent purchase. This is the original Tron Novel, so this is from the 80s. I actually bought this off a guy on Etsy, and the same guy I actually purchased this from. Now, this is something that I've really been looking forward to getting, and it's pretty amazing. This is the original Tron vinyl record. So awesome. I love these old vinyl, like Star Wars and Grease and all these other things. The cool thing about that is, for many years, that was the only place you could actually hear the Tron soundtrack. It wasn't made, it wasn't made digitally, on CD till many years later. And the story behind that is the composer Wendy Carlos actually did a method called tape baking, where she actually put the original tapes inside of an oven to sort of, I think, like meld the glue back together, because according to Wendy Carlos, if they were to attempt to actually play back the tapes, they were so old and deteriorated they actually might have broke. And so when they made this, which was the remastered version on CD, that's how they're able to do that. So I think it's kind of cool to own both versions. I don't know if there was a cassette. There probably was, but I don't own a cassette player. Speaking of CDs, I don't actually own the Tron Legacy soundtrack, surprisingly. But I got this from a friend of mine for Christmas one year. This is the Tron Legacy Reconfigured album. And the cool thing about this is I actually met a guy who did one of the songs on here named Com Trues. He's like a chillwave artist, and I actually talked to him about Tron. He was saying just how amazed he was that they just asked him to come on board and do that. And he said it was just an honor to be able to especially work with Daft Punk music and stuff like that. Let's see here. And, speaking of video games, I did pick this huge one up here. This is the Tron Evolution Collector's Edition for the PS3. How cool is this, right? Now, I'm just going to briefly open this because it's got this huge light cycle in here. And, basically, actually last Christmas around then or so, I was in GameStop, and they'd had this sitting there for literally years. No one wanted it. And originally it came out for like something like $130. And I was always tempted to like buy it online. I saw it at the local GameStop that I go to. And the collector's edition, which comes with all this cool stuff, was literally $29.99. So I thought that was really, really cool. Now, due to the way I have this, sort of stored in my closet, I'll have to sort of fix this up here really quick. As it kind of falls over. But you get the general idea. This is a light cycle replica, and it comes in this really nice, dome case. And the cool thing is, I gotta figure out which side it's on. I think it's this one right here. If you open up this bottom tray here, you can actually store the game in there. But it also comes with, and this is completely pointless now, but this is actually a ticket to go see Tron Legacy in theaters. So, kind of interesting. I just figured I'd, keep it with there, even though, like I said, it is completely pointless. And, I know the question is going to come up at some point. Yes, I still have my ticket stub, and even my receipt from when I went and saw Tron Legacy, the midnight showing. And I actually met the Tron guy, who is actually from Minnesota, Jay Maynard, and he's a really nice guy. I met him actually at a Roller Girls Derby when I was a senior in high school, so that was pretty cool. And let's see here, the last couple of items here. This is a game called Disney Universe for the Wii. This game's actually pretty good. Like, it's kind of a Lego style game. Pretty much the only reason I got it is because, like I said, I am a Tron collector. It's only $20, so no harm there. And, talking about the films themselves, you gotta talk about the Blu-rays. And I picked these up on day one. This is the classic original Tron here, and then this is a Tron Legacy. Absolutely amazing Blu-rays. If you guys are even remotely interested in Tron, I highly recommend you check these out. These are really, really cool Blu-rays. So much stuff that I had no idea about Tron, I figured out through, documentaries on here. They're so in-depth. They talk about the original concept and, bringing the film back after so many years. They talk about Tron 2.0. They talk about the exclusion of certain characters in the sequel. And the last two items here are T-shirts. And like I said before, I talked about the posters. This first one is actually a glow-in-the-dark T-shirt that I got from PacSun. Because a friend of mine and I, we were looking for, what's the, official, distributor of Tron merchandise. And it was at least around here PacSun. So I got that. It was pretty awesome. And this is a find that I found actually in the same thrift store that I found the Recognizer toy set. This is the Tron Legacy and IMAX Disney Digital 3D. Awesome. And on the back it's actually got an identity disc. Now I actually have a pretty good idea of where this came from, but I'm not going to say just because I don't know for sure. But anyways, like I mentioned, I'm going to show off just the posters really quick. Try to do this. Up there I've got just sort of a generic Tron Legacy promo one. This is one of the movie posters that was out. This is one of the ones, like I said, from that Blockbuster. Really awesome. This is the original Tron poster. Then down here, this one right here originally came with sort of this like Valentine's Day card set. I didn't end up keeping it because it was a little cheesy and I didn't really need to keep it. Now this is actually from, like I said, Minnesota. That's where I live. This is the City Pages article about Tron Legacy, and supposedly the rumor is that the guy who portrayed, Sam Flynn, Garrett Hedlund, this is like a picture of him as a baby superimposed on this Tron body, so kind of weird, I don't know, but I guess this one is like, remotely related to Tron. I'm actually a big Garrett Hedlund fan, and then I have this poster here for Inside Llewyn Davis, which is a movie that he was in last year. So, anyways, like I said, this has been a really fun video to do. Here's just kind of an overview of this complete, just chaos of Tron stuff on my floor here. But as always, thank you for watching the video, and I really hope that fellow Tron collectors will enjoy this video. There are a couple things I'm looking for, like I mentioned, the Tron Legacy CD, and then there's a Wii exclusive game, Tron Evolution Battle Grids Championship Edition, as well as the DS version and stuff like that. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and until next time, rock on, have a good day.